happy this afternoon because we are going through a detoxification. Margo, you've stepped outside of your house. You've stepped outside of that thing we call the comfort zone. Many people, even you, may be in your comfort zone today, but we're stepping out. I'm going to be in the garden shortly, but Margo, my internet connection's been a little bit shady this morning, so I thought I'd just stay right here. Otherwise, I'd be outside as well. Let's share what we've been speaking about the last few days about the detox and the big surprise.
The big surprise. Tahuti, Dhealthstore. He's coming over to London.
Yeah.
And you know, all made possible by this wonderful lady here, Vanessa. You see, now Vanessa, she decided, well, you know, I'm going to do the detox and I'm going to hook up with Tahuti. You know, she mentioned that. When was that? March time? But you know what? It's a case of, I'm going to really do this. You see this here? This is the comfort zone. She stepped out of the comfort zone. And I always frequently talk about your expansion. What do you want to expand into? Step into your expansion. Vanessa stepped into her expansion, and now look what's unfolding. Something spectacular is about to happen. Will you be part of that? Because we want you to be part of that. See, those little seeds of ideas that you have, that you nurture. How many times you thought, oh yeah, I could do that, but I'm not sure how it's going to be put together. Let me tell you something. It's none of your business how it's going to be put together. What you do is you build the foundations. You build those foundations with your mindset, your absolute being. How would it be to have what it is that you want? Now you feel it. And then as you do that, you watch those opportunities turn up. But you've got to make the action. What did I say to you earlier, Vanessa? Earlier, was it last week? Everybody seems to think that knowledge is power. Well, knowledge is power. It's like a recipe. We could have information, that knowledge, and until you experience using that knowledge, what comes out of that, because you've instigated, you've used it, you don't really have all of your power. So this is Margo's little recipe, concocted last week. Knowledge, add a little bit of imagination, your visionary part of you that we all have, mixed with action. Action can just simply be being that. And then taking the baby steps. It doesn't have to be ginormous. I know Vanessa took a big step. She went out there and she contacted Tahuti. So that bit of action, bit by bit every single day, equals your true power. So knowledge mixed with imagination, mixed with action equals your power. So us as powerful beings come together with this particular recipe, makes a grand tasting finale reality, your true powerful life. When would be the right time for you to step in? You are here at the start, and this is going to be huge. We want you to be a part of this. This is for someone who really wants to fulfill their dream. When will you fulfill your dream? Vanessa?
Thank you for sharing that, Margo. Really, really thankful for that. As I was sitting there thinking about the KIA, knowledge, imagination, and just making it happen. I tell you, this is just so amazing what's happening. The last few months, I have been through an obvious transformation, and I'm going to just give you 3 things to think about. I want you to be very, very clear and intentional about the transformation that you want to see for yourself. Don't think about what anybody else wants to happen for you, but what it is that you want for yourself. Declare that it's already happened. Close your eyes for a moment and just see, hold that moment. Margo spoke about it just a second, but hold that thought. See it, feel as though you're walking through that. And now that you've done that, start celebrating. Start celebrating with everyone and be thankful and be grateful, because what you dreamed of, what you desired, is now something tangible. Many times people, and maybe it's yourself, you wonder why you aren't achieving. You wonder why you aren't having the success as your neighbor or somebody else in a particular industry. What are you putting into life? Because I want to know, are you putting in the same effort as those people who you say, aren't they lucky? What's luck got to do with it? It's a commitment that they have. And if you are prepared to commit yourself, be committed to your commitment, then you'll see those same results. One of the big commitments I made for myself this year was to get back into the best shape of my life, mentally, physically, and I've stuck to it 100%. I didn't know where this was going to take me, but what I knew was there had to be change. When the pain becomes so much that you can't bear it anymore, you're going to have to do something about it. And one of the things I did, I took stock and I started to detox my body. I started to detox my life, detox my environment. And one of the greatest things that's happened from all of this is the clarity that it's bringing about. It's the new people that are being attracted into my circle. It's about who I am becoming. Who you will become when you decide to take that next step. I want you to pay particular attention. Today we're at the beginning, the halfway mark of the new year. And maybe you're reflecting on the last 6 months, all of the things, the promises which you'd made to yourself. And if you look back, maybe through your diaries, maybe through your notebooks, I want you to pay particular attention to some of the commitments that you made for yourself. Have you lived up to those? Well, if you haven't, don't beat up on yourself, because now you get a second chance. We're in the second half of the game. Just like any ball game, there's two halves. You may have lost out in the first half. You may be 2-1 down, but you can make a turnaround. You can pick that ball up. You can kick that ball into the goal and score quite a few. You've got 6 months to do that. And if you start with us here at Transformations by Vanessa, the outcome, yes, you will be a champion, because that's what we're about. We're about training champions. We only attract champions in the making, and because you're one of them, you'll be with us at Transformations by Vanessa. One of the big things that we're doing, and we spoke about this earlier, at the earlier part of this particular session, was having people talking, coaching, who are going to make a massive difference in your life. And one of those people will be Tahuti Mahatra from LA. Yes, the owner of Dhealthstore.com. I used his products and I can witness that the transformation that's taking place in my life, and I want to share it with you. I'm not keeping this to myself. I want you to share in this as well. And how is this going to happen? The Dhealthstore tour is coming to London, and we want to see you there. I'm going to be putting out dates, times, location over the next few weeks. But right about now, it's just about letting you know the transformation is starting right here at Transformations by Vanessa, and we want to see you there as well.
It's amazing how things have started out. You remember the beginning of the year, it's not quite the beginning of the year, no, 3 months. 3 months. We said, all right, let's just make a phone call. Let's have a phone call where we could have accountability. That'll take about 10 minutes. Okay. That was one of the ideas. You get it down and you go, yeah, that sounds real good. And from there on, it transformed into much more than that. So all these ideas are flowing, and this is what it's led to. And we want to make sure that you're here with us on this journey.
The Dhealthstore tour is coming to London, and we want to see you there. I'm going to be putting out dates, times, location over the next few weeks. But right about now, it's just about letting you know the transformation is starting right here at Transformations by Vanessa, and we want to see you there as well. Margo, we're looking forward to this change. You've got a lot to offer. I've got a lot to offer. There's going to be a couple of surprise speakers on the day as well. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but show up. Just keep showing up at Transformations by Vanessa, and you're going to get little insights as to who's going to be on the bill with Tahuti on the day. London, we're about to transform you from the inside out.
I have to say, and I am truly loving this experience. I'd love to thank you, Vanessa, for also making this possible.